Ooh. Let's turn this off. Let's get it. How you doing? Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I said, let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'll take back all those things that boat guy say, yeah. It's the big day, Chudsters. I think today, though, I'm going to try to dip out after about an hour. What up, Yadoff? We got to get it. We got to get in there and get it quick today, boyos. Because I think I want to hit the bat. Missed these. They only have 2 flavors. They only have 2 flavors here, dude. In Boston, they had like a giant thing that had like all the different flavors. I remember pink. Pink was one of my favorites. Orange. Footy. Ah, yes, the thumbnail, the artwork for my last song. How could I forgetty? Well, guys, I was thinking maybe we'd watch a couple of news clips, discuss some of what's happening in the world. Quit the job I was working at the past couple of months. Let's get it. Let's go. I kind of lost track of what you were doing, dude. A behavioral health school. To the wind glow, to the wall, to them feds drop down my balls. Now all these glowies crawl. Now I cringe, cringe, little fetty. Now I cringe, cringe, let's get it. Behavioral health school. No, actually, I kind of get the idea those jobs are maybe not that hard to get. Like very attainable. Did you ever finish your college degree? I don't remember you saying you finished your college degree. Like, yeah, those jobs I think are kind of like attainable. There was a guy in Kodiak, people called him Birdman. He played drums. He was actually really good at drums. He was all into like crazy odd time signatures and shit. Most of my memories of him are from like middle school. Dude, he'd go to like every music thing in Kodiak and he'd like dance by himself, kind of like a maniac, and he had like some weird little like stick juggling thing. He would bang on like big rusty metal tubes that were by the grocery store. He was like a town character, bro. And that was his job. He worked with special needs kids. Easy to get, hard to keep, high turnover rate. You know, actually, now that all's said and done, I was actually working with some special needs kids in Kodiak. They were like multiple ages, but it was something I was doing through a church. I was working with some special needs peeps, and it was all right. I wasn't getting paid. It was just volunteering. They'll literally attack you. Spurg attack! I probably have an associate's degree too, dude. I mean, I got over half of a bachelor's degree, so that's pretty much an associate's degree. I probably should have tried to press to, like, do that to get an associate's degree. You know, once upon a time, $20 an hour was like well above minimum wage. What is the minimum wage anymore? Did they actually make the minimum wage $15? $20 an hour, not worth it. Damn, dude, that's rough, man. Damn, flipped a desk. Way back in the day when I worked at a moving company, I only made $10 an hour. And then this guy from my hometown, he was working at like his dad's construction company, and he was making like, I want to say like $36 an hour or something. And he was a dick about it. And he would like lecture me about not having a good work ethic. It's like, dude, you make over 3 times what I make. Fucking work, man. Well, bro. Ah, what a time. What a time to be alive. These are the kind of times where it's like, when you don't work, obviously people say you're a piece of shit. But then somebody like me who doesn't work very hard is like, dude, at least you had a job. But then you have that job and it probably doesn't really feel like it benefits you that much. Probably like, are you serious, dude? Federal minimum wage is still like dude, that's like the slave of a slave. That's like the slave of a slave, dude. That is fucking pitiful. When I made $10 an hour in the summer of 2011, minimum wage was like $8. So I worked at a moving company and made a couple bucks more than minimum wage. That's fucking terrible, dude. That's fucking horrible. I mean, here's Yadoff saying it's not worth it to work for $20 an hour, which I always kind of saw as like a better wage, but it's so brutal, dude. I think if my parents die, I'll take their inheritance and move to a third world country. It's not a bad move. The spots I always heard about was Thailand, obviously, Philippines, Cambodia came up a couple of times. What was the one, dude? What was the one? Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue, dude. I think it starts... Not Puerto Rico. Yeah, shit. I can't remember the... I'm brain farting on what this other spot was. Mexico! Southeast Asia. I already said Philippines. Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia. Not Peru. Not Puerto Rico. I think it starts with a P. But I can't think of it. I need like a... Dude, I need a globe or like a map. Sometimes I just need to like look at a freaking map. So I've been pretty much doing the same old, same old. I got a little bit of a life going on that I'm just kind of like trying to be discreet about. Panama! Nope, that's not it either. It's in SEA. It's in Southeast Asia, I'm pretty sure. Let me pull up a map. On my phone. No, Crackle City. Oh my gosh, we almost went to Crackle City. Just chudding along. For the love of God, nobody asked me if I met a girl at the gym. I feel like people are trying to depress me, dude. That's what happened last stream. Like, hey, buddy, you meet a girl at the gym yet? You ever try dating apps? It's like, let's just not. I almost banned all that shit in the chat filter. I didn't, though. But let's just not, okay? I did meet a girl at the gym, but maybe it's going to happen soon. Panama! Yeah, let's just not talk about sweeties, dude. Unless somebody here is getting laid and you want to, like, brag about it, but... Dude, I watched a video last night about dating apps. I mean, I might... Dude, it's just depressing to think about. I've always had piece of shit pictures. I usually just take my phone and take some shitty selfie, dude, on my couch. Like, that picture I have on Instagram... That's like the only picture I had, dude. I never have good pictures, man. So I might try to, like, set up a fucking camera and take pictures that make it look like I'm actually fucking doing something. But I was watching a video, some 5'6" Asian guy. Dude, he was, like, so optimistic about it. It's like, me and this girl had a great date. We had a great time, and I asked her what she's looking for in a guy, and she said, nothing. Only that he's taller than you. And he was like, so... But it's okay, because sometimes you meet people, and sometimes things don't work out, and it's like, dude, you're so fucking optimistic that it's, like, kind of beta. And he was beta. He was, like, a beta, little 5'6" Asian guy. And he was, like, so fucking positive about everything. And he described his dating app experience, and it was dog shit. He had a horrible experience... But eventually, he got a girlfriend. And I'm just like, dude, I just, like, don't really want to deal with that. Puerto Rico, Panama, Costa Rica. Doesn't start with a P. I was thinking about Costa Rica. Costa Rica, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia. I only say Cambodia. I think his name was MGTOW Expat. MGTOW Expat lived in Cambodia. I heard Philippines was, like, really weird about the vaccine. Like, you pretty much, like, have to get vaccinated to go to the Philippines. The villain, let's get it. Chuddin'. Yeah, you know, so I'm trying to bulk up this month. Yo, I am freaking struggling with groceries this month, dude. I might have to break into my chud savings just to, like, pay for groceries this month. Like, milk. Oh, dude, and I probably should have just got not organic milk, huh? I probably should have got, like, cheap eggs. Dude, I can't do it. It's like... If I'm gonna get eggs, I better get, like, organic eggs. I need cage-free. I better get cage-free eggs. I better get organic milk. Like, no, dude. Dude, organic milk is twice as expensive. It's $4 for a regular chud gallon of milk, and it's $8 for organic milk. I got $100 left for the rest of the month. It's not looking good, but a lot of my groceries is stuff that lasts a long time. Like, I don't know, dude. And I was thinking about trying to eat more. It's like, I only eat a 1/3 pound of ground beef a day. That's not very much. But if I upped it to, like, 1/2 pound of ground beef a day, dude, that's such a big difference. Like, right now, 2 packs of ground beef last me 6 days. Because each one is 3, because it's a 1/3 pound. If I switch to 1/2 pound a day, that would only last me 4 days. And 3 packs would last me 6 days. Dude, that's so brutal. That's so brutal. That's the thing about bulking, dude, is like... Because I actually was living pretty cheap when I was eating my regular diet. And then I got really sick. Dude, I almost threw up the other morning. I got to slow down on the milk. So, yeah, I was doing 3 cups of milk a day, and that's not even a lot. Dude, when I tell people I'm bulking, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm having a 1/3 pound of ground beef a day. That's not shit. I'm having 3 cups of milk a day. It's like, bro, like, no wonder you're small. It's like, I can't afford anything else, dude. I can't afford, like, a fucking gallon of milk a day. Yeah, right, bro. Dude, okay. So a gallon of milk, a gallon of non-organic milk is $4. So even if I drank cheap milk 4 times 30, that's $120 just in milk for the month. There's no way I could drink a gallon of milk a day though. I got sick from drinking 3 cups of milk a day, but I think it's because I forgot to eat Greek yogurt. I think the Greek yogurt helps me digest the milk. Cheaper animal parts you can eat. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if bulking's gonna work for me, guys. I'm trying. Like, when I start the day on an empty stomach, I'm like 177 pounds right now. So, I've gained a few pounds, but I'm already like slowing down because I got sick from the milk, and it's going all right though. I don't really like the bulking mindset, dude. The more I think about getting big, it's like the bigger I want to get. It's like, it's just like a reminder that I'm small. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to bulk this entire month. I was saying I was going to bulk a couple weeks into June too. No. Nah, we're just going to bulk all through May. Woo. Dude, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the Cole Robinson sugar fast. That's the first thing I'm going to do once this bulk is over, bro. That's kind of a good thing. Like, my metabolism used to be like that. But, I don't know, dude. It basically just sucks that I'm just not bigger. Because it's like I said before. Like, pretty much however big you are when you're in fighting shape, that's basically how big you're supposed to be. That's how big you're supposed to be when you're the main character. I mean, you can bulk up, but it's just kind of a luxury, dude. It costs a lot of money. And plus, I've been feeling better these last couple of days because I slowed down on eating. Like yesterday, I didn't eat as much, and today, so far, I haven't been eating as much. I'm in like such a better mood. I had this like cloudy feeling in my head, and I just felt kind of like discontent. I was like, man, what is it? I knew it had something to do with the diet. As soon as I slowed down on eating, I immediately felt better. Like, I basically should just be grateful that I'm as big as I am, dude. In high school, I was 135 pounds. High school, I was 135. Early 20s, I was 145 most of the time. The summer after I went fishing, I was 150, and I could do 20 pull-ups. So now, if I get, like, crazy shredded now, I could probably get all the way down to 155. Like, I've probably gained, like, 5 pounds of super duper solid muscle over all these years. I watched Will Tennyson, the YouTuber fitness guy, Will Tennyson. He cut down for a bodybuilding show. Dude, he got down to 173 pounds. And he's fucking huge. He's like 220 usually. Or 210 or something. And he reps 315 on bench. So he is shredded, like bodybuilder shredded, at 173. I'm trying to Mike Tyson it. Basically, guys, it's just wear clothes that fit. Wear clothes that fit. Wear tank tops. If your arms look good, if your muscles look good, you just look good. Like, the prospect of, like, actually trying to get bigger, it's like, damn, dude. I'm sure I'll grow some muscle this month doing what I'm doing. But during this summer, I'm going to actually try to get, like, shredded. I'm actually going to try to get, like, abs and everything. I'll be lucky if I look pretty good at 165. If I actually look pretty good at 165, that would be cool. Cole Robinson, the guy who does the snake diet, he's a high carb guy now. He's like 164 right now, and he can deadlift 500 pounds. So I pretty much have been bulked up for a long time. But I've definitely built some muscle since I've been here. If I was 6'4", I'd just eat and eat and eat till I become a living tank. That's the thing, though. For me, if I was 6'4", I would just do what I'm doing now. Or I would just do the, like, MMA thing, because you'd already be big enough. Like, if when you fasted and did the sugar diet and just trained, like, cardio and martial arts, and you're 6'4", unless you were super skinny, you'd be like 185 or 190. And dude, to fuck bitches, 6'2", 185, shredded. That's fucking bitches city, dude. That is fucking bitches city. Well, considering me and my mom don't even live in the same town, yes, she does. She flies up, dude. She flies up with my groceries. Beachbody ready. Yeah, it's just never enough, dude. You have to just kind of be happy with where you're at. I can't even really think of like a cheap way to bulk up, dude. The milk is not optimal anyway. But I don't know why groceries are so expensive right now. Like, it's only 1/3 of the month has passed, and I've already spent 2/3 of my grocery budget. Ruh-roh! But I got a giant ass bag of chicken in the freezer. I should have looked up some like bulking on a budget videos. Yeah, man, I'd love to say just get shredded. But when you're shredded at like 140, my philosophy is that men should be heavier than 150 pounds. I mean, fuck, and I don't even know if that's enough anymore, dude. I want to be body positive. I think I could look pretty good at 155, so I make the cut. But now I'm like wishing I was like over 200 pounds. And it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, bruh. I needed to buy cheap shit. I needed cheap, shitty, like, mutant eggs and shitty, like hormone milk. I needed everything not organic, and I just couldn't do it. Dude, to turn all of that into muscle, though, is like so impossibly hard. 35 pounds of muscle. That's basically just not going to happen without roids. If you look up the channel Natural Hypertrophy, I'm pretty sure he's natural. I think his body's a pretty good example of like how buff you can get, busting your ass, like being obsessed with lifting, eating right, and not taking steroids. I think it will be a solid bulk this month. I think it's going to be all right. So next lifting session, I'll be doing 180 pounds for 20 squats. Vegan Gains is huge, dude. He's 270. I think he was saying he's working on a 5-plate squat, 4-plate bench press. I think he already hit a 4-plate bench. 4-plate bench, 5-plate squat, but he's 270. Dude, everybody on YouTube is huge and strong. It's not good for your body image, bro. You know what's really good for body positivity? Is Fight Club. In Fight Club, Brad Pitt was 155 pounds, but he was shredded at 155. I would look pretty damn shredded at 155, but I'm not as tall as Brad Pitt. Lean beef patty. What does that have to do with anything? That's the kind of girls I'm trying to bang, dude. Yo, there's a girl at the gym that kind of looks like a taller version of lean beef patty. Dude, this is the most awkward thing ever. There's these people that work out together at the gym. I can't tell if they're brother and sister or if they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm pretty sure they're boyfriend and girlfriend because I feel like I've seen them kind of flirty, but maybe not, dude. They kind of look alike. And I feel like I want to ask them at some point, but that might be really awkward. It's like, hey, are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend or brother and sister? And the guy kind of mogs me a little bit, so it might be kind of awkward, dude. Just go brute mode. I'm just going to eat and eat and eat and curl and curl. I just got a big thing of muscle milk. I got all the muscle milk I'm going to need for a while, so that's covered. I might just need to jump ship on the freaking milk, dude. Maybe if I get a jar of peanut butter, because the milk's got fat and protein. Just like more protein powder for protein. And then there's like a shit ton of fat and like a small amount of peanut butter. Maybe I should just replace milk with like more protein shakes and then peanut butter. That might be better for the budget. But again, I want to get organic peanut butter, and you have to get like Jif. You have to get like the cheapest shit ever. Fish, man. It comes from the earth, man. Yeah, nobody really drinks muscle milk anymore. I've always thought muscle milk tasted good, though. I always felt like that was one of the better. Yo, for breakfast, I have half a cup of oatmeal, and I crack 2 eggs in it. It's like you cook the oatmeal for 5 minutes on the stove. I cook it for 3 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes I crack 2 eggs in it, and then you whip it the entire time. That's really good. And I mix some honey and then some cinnamon. It's really good, dude. That sounds like it might be gross, but it's like kind of like custardy. It just makes it taste kind of like custardy. It basically just tastes like regular oatmeal, but a little bit better. So I got vanilla. I got vanilla muscle milk. We'll see. On one hand, muscle milk always tastes good, but vanilla is usually the shittiest flavor. Protein powder vanilla tastes like not good usually. Dude, I just don't really have any opinions on the new pope. He seems fine to me. Everybody's like looking up old shit that he said. Basically, it cancels out. Like way forever ago, he said that like it's bad to be gay, and people are like based. But then he also said some shit about being pro-immigration, cooked. So he said some stuff that is based, some stuff that is cooked. So he's neutral. I'd say let's just wait and see what he does. Let's just wait and see what he does. Let's not worry about his old tweets. But a pound of chicken breast is a lot. That's a lot, dude. I buy big 8-pound bags of chicken breasts. If I had a pound of chicken a day, I mean, that's a lot of protein, though. I might switch to organic milk. Yeah, the bulk's going good so far, but it's just been very expensive. And I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get through this month without having to go over budget. But that's why I'm only bulking for 1 month. Dude, the Cole Robinson juice fast is just fruit and juice. But it's not your forever diet. He calls it a fast. So you just cut out basically all fat. You'll probably get like a little bit of protein from the fruit. But for like 3 days or as long as you can. I mean, if you're fat, you could do it for a long time. If you're fat, you could just drink fruit juice and fruit. He says wet fruit. Like bananas don't work as good. Just like berries, grapes, apples, peaches, watermelon. The weight just like shreds, dude. Damn, so Sam Solik, he got his pro card from bodybuilding. He just did a bodybuilding show. And then Will Tennyson did a bodybuilding show. All these YouTube dudes are like showing that they can be legit bodybuilders. It's pretty insane. Sam Sulik's way bigger than Will Tennyson. But they both mogged the shit out of me, dude. Moggy! It's pretty good UFC tomorrow. I'm looking forward to UFC tomorrow. Yo, so I have my weightlifting day. And then the day that I did today is abs, neck, and then I do a little bit of jump roping and shadow boxing and shadow wrestling and all that. I went pretty hard on neck today. I hope I don't regret it. I did freaking neck bridges. I did legit like neck bridges today. Which a lot of people on YouTube say not to do that. But pretty much everybody who's anybody does that shit. Like Mike Tyson did that. Like all MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu fighters do that. People like Athlete X are like, never do neck bridges. And then everybody who's a fucking badass does neck bridges. So, felt pretty good. I remember trying neck bridges in the past and feeling like they were really, really, really hard. Not today. I've been doing a lot of neck training, dude. I've had a neck day for a while now. My neck looking pretty... I'm trying to get through this neck. Boom. 5'10" Sam. Dude, Will Tennyson's taller than Sam. But Sam is like way more massive. Moggerneck. Yeah, so I watched the first 2 Sonic movies. They're not really, like, good. But I watched something. I don't know. There was, like, one joke in the second Sonic movie that made me laugh. The second one was alright. The second one had Knuckles in it. And then the third one has Shadow. I don't know. I feel like those movies could have been way better. But I think they're for little kids, dude. But it's got Jim Carrey. It's got Jim Carrey in it. You've watched the Sonic movies? I'm probably going to watch the third one like this weekend or maybe tonight. Damn, but I watched Spy Game last night with Brad Pitt. That's a glowy movie. Sonic is flipping epic. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go. Gotta follow my rainbow. Then we keep moving on. What lies ahead? Only one way to find out. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, man. Oh my gosh. Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn, what did I do today? Feel time, in at your spine. Ooh, it's like you come back for more. Yeah. And you can hardly swallow. That song is what plays at the end of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle when you're fighting the final boss. Pumpkin Hill. Ask me a question and he vanished in a second. I don't really remember much of that one. That's like all I remember of that one. Yeah, so Kanye's new song came out. Dude, when I got sick the other morning, for some reason it popped up in my head. Because the day before I like posted a bunch of stuff about Kanye. And then I was in my bathroom like laying on the floor. You know when like you feel like you have to throw up, so you lay on your bathroom floor? I didn't throw up, but I was really close. And I was just like, it popped in my head. It's like, dude, take all that shit down about Kanye. Like, don't associate yourself with what Kanye's doing. Some like instinct in my head when I was sick told me that. Cause I don't know, dude, this whole Kanye being a Nazi thing, all these videos are going up, couples filming themselves in their car to the song, and it's giving me bad energy, guys. It's giving me weird energy. Something's off about it. And at the end of the day, I'm not really a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. I don't think I agree with a lot of what Kanye says, like most of it. And the whole thing is weird, dude. Like that song Cousins, dude. Everything about Kanye is basically having like a public meltdown. And it's so weird looking at how people like they become like his slaves, dude. Like Sneeko. Like he's hanging out with Sneeko, and Sneeko just is like a background character that just does whatever the fuck Kanye wants. It's like he's like playing Sneeko like a puppet. Like Sneeko just stands there and doesn't say anything and agrees with everything Kanye says. Yeah, I mean, that's more mutual, which is fucking weird. I feel like Nick Fuentes gets way too much respect, dude, but I've just accepted it, man. I mean, that's kind of why I became a Gnostic. It's like, yeah, it makes sense that we live in some sort of a weird holographic trap, dude. Where people who just don't really deserve as much respect as they get shit tons of respect. But it's the classic, like, ooh, I deserve more respect, not him, but that's just how the world is, dude. People that I feel like aren't really all that get their asses kissed like they're fucking all that. But I'm not jealous of Nick Fuentes. You know why? Because he doesn't even bang anybody. I'd be so much more jealous of Nick Fuentes if he was like banging a bunch of bitches, dude, and hanging out with a bunch of Instagram models, and he could be doing that. He could. But I mean, maybe behind the scenes, but I don't know, dude. I mean, he doesn't even have, like, a wife or anything. Like, he's a Catholic. Like, so get a wife, dude. Get, like, a hot trad wife. Like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, they took my kids from me. Yeah. I don't even think being Catholic's all that, dude. Dude, the more time goes on, man, it's like... Because it's hard to accept. It's hard for me to even accept that I'm a Gnostic. I mean, I still don't know if I do accept it. But the more time goes on, it's like, yeah, I think I really am, dude. It just means that, like... I'm rocking with Jesus. I'm rocking with Jesus... And that's pretty much it. I'm 100% sure that Jesus is with God. I'm kind of still open-minded about the Old Testament. I'm open-minded about the Old Testament. I was talking to somebody online yesterday because I'm always kind of trying to get people. It's like, okay, dude, like convince me that I'm wrong. Like I debate people in the Old Testament. I'm waiting for somebody to like snap me out of it. Dude, I want to debate Jay Dyer. I mean, first and foremost, I mean, I always see Jay Dyer, he's all cocky and shit. I want to debate Jay Dyer, Gnosticism versus fucking orthodoxy, dude. And I know that because I've been on Jay Dyer's shit a couple of times, and it was really trolly and cringe. But I didn't engage him on anything. I didn't really engage him on anything. I did on Catholicism once. I tried to stand up for something Catholic, but I don't give a shit about Catholicism, dude. I want to debate Jay Dyer. And I don't even care if I win. When I saw him on Piers Morgan, dude, his tactics. He used these same tactics against me. He tries to write you off so fucking fast, dude. He's a rhetoric guy. He's all rhetoric. He's all rhetoric. It's like, oh, note that he's laughing, so he's being disingenuous. That was kind of true, but when he was on Piers Morgan, I was like, dude, he's like the poster boy for the alt-right. He's basically trying to become the poster boy for the alt-right. He reminds me of some of the shit that I did, dude. Like when I was like calling out everybody, like he wants it too bad because deep down he knows that he's overrated, dude. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously smart, but some people think that he's like really fucking smart. Some people think he's like unstoppable. And I would probably just point out how fallacious he is a lot. He would call me a dummy, and he would laugh and make faces while I'm talking. I'd be like, you know, Jay, laughing and making faces while I'm talking isn't really an argument, and it's not really proving your point. Like, I just kind of like wait respectfully to make my point. I don't feel a need to laugh and make faces while you're talking. Is it because you're nervous that like you can't make a point? Yeah, if you think Jay Dyer is a genius, I mean, you could be like a semi-high midwit and think he's a genius, but dude, boys, I'm getting to the point where if you're an Orthodox or a Catholic, you're a midwit, dude. But it's hard to accept. It's hard, man. Like, shit, dude. It's just got me looking over this period of time, like 2018 until I moved here. Like 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, like 7 years, bro. I basically went through this process of what's kind of amounted to like infiltrating Christianity. And going to real churches is like a really important part of it. Like you have to like go to churches. And I did that. Well, the thing about Gnosticism is there's a lot of different branches of Gnosticism. I don't know if I'd say it's hard to learn about them. But it's all obscure. They tried to wipe that shit out. They tried to wipe that shit out once upon a time. And it's like, you know, maybe they weren't right, but this idea that it was justified to kill them. Because I never finished my thought. I was trying to get into it with this guy last night about the Old Testament. I was like, Gnosticism is the way, you guys. Gnosticism is the true faith. And this guy called me a heretic, and I was like, Moses's reward for being God's most loyal servant was being left to die in the desert, miserable. And that guy's like, 500 years ago, you'd be burned at the stake as a heretic for saying that. I wish it was still like that. And I was like, bro, you didn't even try to address the argument. You didn't even try to address that statement. You just go straight to religious zealotry that I should be murdered for saying that. You didn't even try to make a point. Like, and I used to defend it. I made a video that's still up on my channel, like, trying to refute Gnosticism. And I'm going to leave that video up because it's fascinating. In fact, I'm probably going to watch it. Well, Adam Green says that Jesus was invented as a Jewish lie. Gnosticism is like the religion built around Christ is a lie or a manipulation. I mean, I kind of agree with Nietzsche. Nietzsche said that he had no problem with Jesus, that he actually liked the teachings of Jesus, but he thinks that like the Roman elite or, you know, some sort of elite, parentheses, used the story of Christ to create a death cult. I mean, that is kind of what I'm saying. Shit, I debate Adam Green too. Adam Green has a very effective method. I don't really think Jeem did that good of a job against him, honestly. I think arguably Jeem won, but neither one of them were really getting in the kill shot. If that was UFC, that was like some wrestling. That was like when a fight goes the distance and they just wrestle the whole time. It's like Jeem was just trying to sound smart. And then Adam Green the whole time is just like, yeah, that's Jewish though, and everything's Jewish, and that's just all a Jewish lie. India versus Pakistan. Yeah, I'm neutral on that. I do think it's interesting. Like, dude, all this India hate just kind of came out of nowhere for like a solid year. Like, just out of nowhere for a year straight, all of a sudden there was all this anti-India hate. And now there's a huge war between India and Pakistan. Well, I think the best bet would be Gnosticism, bro. That manifesto that I wrote using AI, I think it's legit. You start by saying that Jesus isn't the Jewish Messiah. You use the Jewish arguments. It's like, yeah, I mean, Jews don't think Jesus is the Jewish Messiah. And it's like, if Jesus wasn't the Jewish Messiah, then what was he doing? Like, what was the point? So Adam Green's perspective would be like, it's 36D chess, like the Jews created Jesus and they purposely made it so he's not the Messiah. I mean, I could kind of understand that, but then it's like, do you not like what Jesus taught? I mean, what do you think about the teachings of Christ, Duke? Do you not like what Jesus taught? You don't think like, oh, I've heard out his whole argument. I've heard out Adam Green's whole argument. I mean, so you don't like do you not like the values of Christ? Like, love your neighbor as yourself and leave the world behind. It's individualist. Yeah, it's not really good for building a society. I could understand the perspective of thinking that it could be used, like the teachings of Christ could be used to kind of like weaken a society, but from a Gnostic perspective, it's about elevating the consciousness of the individual. The teachings of Christ is about like elevating the individual, because I think it's in line with real enlightenment, bro. Well, that's where you kind of go back to just like what Jeem was saying. I'd like to see Jay Dyer versus Adam Green. I'd like to see Jay Dyer versus Adam Green. I think Jay Dyer would probably do a way better job. It's just like, Western society was strong for a long time under Christianity. I think Southern Israelite is right there, because the United States was Protestant. See, Southern Israelite calls himself Protestant, but he's a Jehovah's Witness. And then he talks about how, like, oh, United States was so strong and white, whole milk as a Protestant. It's like, yeah, it was. But they didn't deny the Trinity, and they weren't really anything like what you're saying. He's like, oh, you know, the Puritans would have eventually realized that what I'm saying is the truth. It's like, no, I don't think so, bro. But yeah, white Protestant United States was pretty based, dude. And then the Freemasons back then might have kind of been like me. Like, I think maybe some of the founding fathers who were Freemasons and their lodges was like, you know, maybe the truth is more like a Gnostic Jesus. Like, they might have had more of like a Gnostic perspective. And that's like the high IQ, enlightened leaders of society. But they realize that the religion of Christianity is good for society. And really, the Protestants were like rebels against the original organized religion of Christianity, which is the Catholic Church, which realistically might have kind of been like what Adam Green was saying. But I think Jesus was real, man. I gotta tell you, man, a world where I would think that Jesus is completely made up is a very sad world. I like Jesus. My city's been invaded by India out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, Randy Orton. Yeah, I mean, I've had horrible interactions with Christians too, so I think we've had a lot of the same experiences, dude, but I mean, what it comes down to is like, what do you think is the highest truth then? Paganism? It's kind of like Protestants have half of the truth, and then Catholics / Orthodox have half of the truth. Pro-race, mixed egalitarian. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't. The world has changed. I mean, we're on the verge of seeing a huge white nationalist resurgence right now. I don't know if it's going to be the right kind. Dude, my view is that collectivism just... You're supposed to basically focus on yourself and your own enlightenment. I mean, I know the benefits of trying to, like, have a strong society and all that, but... Yeah, the world is pretty much fucked, dude. The world is pretty much fucked, and... So I just want to be enlightened. I want to focus on my own development, my own enlightenment, and if we do live in some sort of a weird soul trap illusion, which it sounds really out there and conspiratorial when you talk about it like Gnosticism, but it basically would just mean that the Eastern mind is better than the Western mind in terms of spirituality. Like Hinduism is closer to the truth. Gnosticism is kind of like the Eastern spirituality combined with the teachings of Christ. Which is why the teachings of Christ are so similar to Buddha. They're so similar to Krishna. They're so similar to Buddha. Because I think that's how it really is. But yeah, I see where you're coming from, Duke. I mean, if I was debating Adam Green, I would say that it doesn't appear to be Christianity that turned the West into what it is. It's atheism, cultural Marxism, humanitarianism, and those are very atheist things. It was really kind of the opposite. It was kind of like people... Because the Enlightenment was people realizing that they didn't want to be religious anymore, which I've tried to argue against in the past. But arguing against somebody like Adam Green, it's like, you know, it's really like people leaving behind religion that made us lose our identity, that made us embrace multiculturalism and feminism. But at the end of the day, I'm against religious zealotry. Like that guy being like, you should be burned at the stake. I'm against that kind of shit, dude. So people can believe what they want. I just try to, I'm always trying to put my best foot forward for what I believe. I think when Jesus was saying, like, don't be of the world, straight and narrow path, that sounds like just a lot of things in the world are a distraction. Now, when you're talking about your society crumbling and white people being replaced, it's like, well, if you leave the world behind, then you don't care about your society. And I see how people could see that way. I just don't really think Christianity was ever supposed to be combined with the government. Or like Jesus was kind of anti-establishment. Jesus was like individualist, anti-establishment. So it gets pretty confusing when you're trying to have like a Christian society, which is why they made Christianity, which is why they created something that, like Nietzsche said, is like kind of like a death cult with like manipulated teachings of Christ. It's why they needed the Old Testament. The Old Testament is much better for creating a government. But when you become full-on anti-establishment, you're like, Yahweh seems like pretty tyrannical, and he doesn't really seem like a transcendent, all-powerful, most high God. So I'm kind of anti-establishment, anti-government, anti-Old Testament. But Old Testament is good for the government because it's a very establishment book. And the pure teachings of Christ aren't good for the government because it's anti-establishment. I think that all makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to act like I think the world doesn't matter, but my life just is what it is, and I definitely don't have a worldly life. I haven't been able to build a super successful bourgeoisie, lots of money, lots of stuff life. But we all end up in the same place no matter how much money we make. We all end up in the same place no matter how much money we make. No matter how much stuff we get. And, the woman question is always the hardest one for me. It's easy to, like, be depressed because you didn't get enough women, but fucking A, dude. I think everybody wanted love is what they wanted, and seems further away every day. Remember your sleeping bag and pajamas, Bilal, remember your sleeping bag and pajamas, Muhammad. He's probably going to beat that guy, Mendel. Dude, how did that guy even get a title shot? It's because everybody who actually, like, deserved the title shot was injured. It's one of those fights. It's one of those fights where everybody who actually deserved the title shot was injured. Yeah, JDM is a good striker, but dude, Bilal's just going to smash him. He's going to, like, slam him and lay on him. As far as women fighters go, I do like Shevchenko. I do like Shevchenko. I wouldn't say she's hot, but at least she doesn't look like a man. She's kind of cute, and she's kind of badass. Like, I feel like her last few fights haven't really been super dominant. She's kind of cute. She's kind of badass. As far as women go, she's all right in my book. I'll watch her fight. Whoo, boy. I don't know. My neck might feel weird tomorrow. I did like 3 pretty hard sets of neck bridges after like other neck training. I don't even use any weights anymore. I used to try to like balance weights on my head and then do this on a bench. Now I just do really slow reps. If you just do really slow, controlled reps, you'll find that your head is like enough weight. I did 3 sets. I think the Mauger head's enough weight. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Yo, I've been doing mantras lately, like in my car on the way to the gym. Dude, on the way to the gym in the car, I'm just like, man, I'm gonna smash this summer. I'm gonna smash this summer. This is my summer. I'm gonna get it this summer. This is the summer that I'm gonna get laid. I'm gonna get a super hot girlfriend this summer. I just like say that over and over and over again. Mantras, boys. It's time to believe. It's time to believe. I talked to Milton last night, and he didn't say much. He's like, I've already told you a lot of things. Now you just need to believe it. Now's the time to believe the things that I've already told you. And it's hard. It's hard to believe the things he's told me. So we're going to wrap it up pretty soon, guys. I want to go hit the bag. I'll say like maybe last 10, 15 minutes. Streams are pretty nonchalant, dude. Pretty nonchalant. I like today's stream. I liked better than last stream. I felt weird last stream. That was the first time streaming in a month. Chud Boy Summer, let's skitty. Dude, I copped the heavy bag workout from Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall sets a timer for like 1 minute on, 1 minute off. So really short rounds. 1 minute rounds with 1 minute rest. But you just pick one combo. You pick one combo and just as fucking hard as you can. I'm just going to do 1-2. I'm just going to go bop, bop. As hard as I can. 1-2 for a minute straight. Rest. So lots of rest. Short rounds. But you try to like go hard as fuck. That's like a power workout. And you're just doing one combo. Trying to be super sharp with it. And I think Tom Aspinall's striking speaks for itself. And I think about that workout. It's like, yeah. That's a good way to be explosive. And then for cardio, just run. Runs have been rough lately, dude. My cardio is like not what it was. I'm just doing 5K easy runs now. My best 5K so far was a 26:48. 26:48 5K. We'll get back on it. We'll get back on it this summer. Mini bulk right now. Yeah, you know what? And I like the idea that you can get stronger and more muscular without having the bulk, dude. Like, I don't know, get shredded. I'm going to do Cole Robinson's juice fasts. It's like a lot like Durian Rider, but you just straight up just like zero fat. But you only do it for a few days. And then you have a day where you eat like low fat, higher protein, still high carbs. But I don't know. I'd like to think that like I could just keep getting stronger without having to bulk. But we're bulking for this month. We're going to do it for a little bit to say we did. Maybe this winter we'll try it again. Sea salt and water. They call it plasma. Yeah, I'm still taking creatine. And HMB, too. Bro, people are starting to say that creatine will, like, increase your IQ. Like, creatine is, like... Basically, everybody should take creatine. Yeah, salt is electrolytes. Salt is electrolytes. But yeah, if you guys haven't watched Cole Robinson, hey fatty, the snake diet guy, dude, he was cracking me up, bro. He was cracking me up, man. The people in his chat, they're making fun of when people say that they heal from eating meat. Dude, you post a bunch of like steak emojis and say, I'm healing. There's these people spamming his chat. I'm healing. I only had 6 tomahawks today, and I'm healing. Holy shit, dude. That was cracking me up. It's like more culty than ever, dude. Like, if you thought Durian Rider was a cult, holy shit, dude. Yeah, definitely watch one of Cole Robinson Snake Diet's live streams. He yells the entire time. He like yells the entire time. Every video is the same. And people in his chat are just memeing. Holy shit, dude. I'm watching that like while I'm not even doing his diet, but best way to bulk is to take steroids, guys. I mean, I've already been all over this stuff when I was doing Durian Rider, but I think the reason that I didn't get shredded on Durian Rider is because you really have to do the low fat. I was doing like 25, 30 grams of fat. I needed to go even lower. But Cole Robinson calls it a fast. So it's like you don't do it all the time. So if you want to like lose a lot of weight, nothing but sugar juice and fruit until you've lost all the weight, and then just like have more of a regular diet. But I'm looking forward to that. And that's pretty much it, man. Trying to read every day. I'm really slowly getting through this freaking The Trap, this David Icke book. It's taken forever. I'm not reading a lot lately. I'm editing through my book. Book will be out in June. That book will be available for purchase in June. I don't see why not. Like, maybe it could take longer, but I'll have read through the entire book by that time. And I think it'll be ready to go, man. I just ate a deer nut sack. I'm healing. I'm fucking healing. Which older videos are helping you out, villain? Dude, so I filmed a video the other day that I didn't upload. It was so unhinged. Oh my gosh, it was so unhinged, bro. I swore like way too much. I was basically just talking about like Kanye's probably a psyop and Shiloh whatever is a psyop, and bro, I think everything has been leading us towards this time. Apparently Trump is like not talking to Bibi anymore. So Trump is maybe about to like betray Israel. Not betray Israel, but Trump is maybe about to not be in as good of standing with Israel. But it might be because Israel's about to go to war with Iran, and United States doesn't want to be a part of it, but might not have a fucking choice. I literally think the CIA are white nationalist neo-Nazis, you guys. Like the CIA, like the alt-right was a psyop. The super like far right, like oh no, the Feddies don't want us to be far right. Like maybe the Feds don't, but the CIA does. And they like you being on a watch list. Like maybe the whole thing is just to put you on a watch list, or it's both, or it's like they really do want a white nationalist revolution, but you're also on a watch list, so they get the surveillance state. Bro, I think they like there's gonna be some sort of a race war eventually. And I'm rocking with Christ, dude, and I'm not a zealot. I'm not like, oh, you should be burned at the stake if you agree with Adam Green. Like, that's fine. That's fine. I want to debate Jay Dyer. See, my thing is like, I think it would be really funny if I debated Jay Dyer. Like, just to get through the whole thing, dude. To not rage quit. To not get hung up on, like, Just imagine if me and Jay Dyer actually had a full-on debate, dude. I think it would be really funny at parts, but I would go for it. But at the end of the day, Gnosticism doesn't beat orthodoxy. It's like, it's not just that Jay Dyer's smarter than me. It's like, dude, nothing's supposed to beat orthodoxy. Gnosticism is not supposed to beat orthodoxy. But I would fucking go all in, and I'll bet I would recruit some people that way. Are all psyops a negative thing? It comes down to collectivism versus individualism, dude. My thing is that society is never going to work. Like the idea, it's like, oh, society is going to be white and trad and based. And even if somehow it does get back to that, this vision that people have of like a non-corrupt society where you're going to feel like you belong. On some level, I don't think I'll ever belong in society. And I think it's because I've been realizing that this world is just like a trap, dude. This world is just kind of a trap. The government is always corrupt, and it's in line with what Christ taught. Now, like I said already, I don't think Jesus' teachings are meant to be like the center of a society. It's kind of more like Buddhism, you know? Buddhism never tried to be a part of the government, or Hinduism. But then people roast like India, and it's like, oh, well, India's a shithole, so that means they're wrong. It's like, but bro, what did Western society amount to? Western society amounted to people getting fucking plundered, and the 1% elite being rich is absolute fuck, dude. So if you look at society, if you look at Western society for what it became, this is what I said in the video I never uploaded, bro. Maybe I'll try again to make that video. The world that you want to live in, like when you're like, aren't some psyops good? Like the CIA is trying to save us. Maybe so. Maybe the CIA really does like want strong, white, straight, not feminist America back. But all I'm saying is like the society that you want to go back to, it's something you've only ever read about in books. You've only ever read about it in books. You've only ever seen it in movies. You've heard stories about it. But you've never even experienced it. So how do you even know it's real, dude? How do you even know that society was ever good? And I think there's evidence throughout history that on some level, society really never was good. My father didn't. I mean, a little bit. My parents told me a little bit about it, but shit, I mean, look at the boomers, dude. People talk shit about the boomers. It's like the kind of times they lived in turned them into those kind of people. And I don't hate boomers, but you can be happy, bro. You can have a career and a woman and a family. It doesn't have to have anything to do with society. Like, oh, society needs to be this or that. Society needs to be super white and super based and trad. I mean, I'm starting to understand the other side of the coin, dude. Why people are like calling people fascists and shit. Because it's like, you don't need society to be anything for you to make it. But I understand that the way society is has made it harder. But I think maybe it's always been hard. Maybe it's always been hard. It's hard to explain, man. And that's why my last video was like so spurgy and it didn't make it to my channel. Because I am having a little bit of trouble articulating some of the way I'm feeling right now. It's liberating for me to just think this world is a trap. The Catholic Church has always been corrupt. And I don't know if anything was ever perfect. There was always like lower classes. There were always people kind of left out in the cold. And I think about it, it's like, yeah, I was saying that maybe in the time of the founding fathers, like I kind of agreed with Freemasonry. But even if what they taught at the lodges was more in line with the truth and more in line with what I believe now, it's the few, it's the rich in secret meeting up and saying, the truth isn't what's being taught at church. But we want to keep it this way. Like, we only want the few elite at the lodges because it's not good, basically, for us, for everybody to know the truth. On some level, the masses have always been kept in the dark. And more or less what's taught at church is keeping people in the dark. And what was taught in the Freemason lodges before maybe the Freemasons were subverted by Jesuits, 3545K. That's not very good, little buddy. Did you mean 2540? Did you mean 2535? Hey, you're trying though. You're trying though. You got me on the squats. Hey, you got those 25 sets of 20 squats at 135 before I did. Keep working. Keep working though. Hey, it's good that you're doing it. I mean, that's probably pretty close to how I'm doing them now. Now that I'm bulking and I'm not even trying to do them for time. Honestly though, dude, even these slow ass 5Ks that I'm doing, probably a little faster than that. But that's roughly about that. But no, you're doing it, bro. You're doing it. Keep working on it. Keep pushing. As long as you know the value of a 5K. Because people are like, oh, dude, running is a waste of time. I see this guy at the gym who I think is like competing with me. He reminds me of me when I was like really lean. He can do more pull-ups than me. He can squat more than me. But it's because he's as skinny as a rail. Like overall, I'm meatier and stronger than him. But for body weight shit, he's mogging me a little bit. But I watch him doing cardio. And he's doing the like really high elevated like walking on the treadmill. And I'm like, bro, if you ain't running, if you ain't jumping rope, you're just not going to have the fighter cardio, dude. Doesn't matter if you're a little bit stronger on bench. He's like obsessed with bench press. But me and him are pretty neck and neck. He's younger than me. He reminds me of me when I was his age. Which if I'm right about that, he's probably going to get injured. And I wish I could help him, dude. I wish I could be like, hey, man, you want some advice? He'll be like, no, dude, fuck off. And he'll probably like act like he wants to fight me or something. It's like, okay, dude. You're exactly like I was when I was your age. Just lift a little bit less weight. Use a little bit better form. You'll probably get bigger. Eat more. Do real cardio. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm just giving you a hard time. I gotta be a little bit cocky sometimes. I dealt with a lot of people telling me that I don't even look like I lift or I look the same all the time. And we're all trying our best, man. We're all trying our best. Ultimately, like you don't need to be doing it for time. The running base is one easy 5K a week. That means you don't even worry about the time. One easy, like basically do like 2 or 3 easy 5Ks a week for a while. Then eventually add in the long run, which is however long you can get in an hour, which will probably be like 5 or 6 miles. So if you want to take running seriously, it's going to get to a point where it's like every week, one easy 5K, one easy long run, 5 or 6 miles, and then speed day. Speed day is like intervals on the treadmill, like 1 minute crazy fast, then 2 minutes walking for like 10 sets or something like that. Or just doing sprints on a track. That's kind of your standard running thing. And then if you want to start testing your 5Ks, start checking the times. But we're all going to make it, boys. Speaking of which, I want to go hit the heavy bag. I feel good about this stream. I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to leave the stream up. Same time next week, I'm pretty sure. Hammer curls. Dude, there's these really specific kind of curls. Like this. And then you kind of do a row. Like you're a little bit bent over. And then you kind of pull them in. And it's like that. That angle. And then you kind of pull it in. Apparently, that makes you way better at pull-ups. Those specific kind of curls will like hits your brachialis or whatever and will make you better at pull-ups. Dude, Chud Boy Summer, I want to do the most pull-ups I've done in a long time. I've been so damn fat for such a long time. I think he said he runs a 7-minute mile. Dude, you probably watched that Greg Doucette video the other day, and Greg Doucette said that. Eddie said he runs a 7-minute mile, which is fast as fuck. I did the mile the other day, and I got like a 7:10 or something, which is the first time I've run the mile in a long time, but yeah. 6 is fast as fuck for somebody like Eddie Hall. I've been watching, dude, Devin Lorette, the arm wrestler. I've been watching a lot of Devin Lorette arm wrestling videos. He's training Brian Shaw how to arm wrestle. And then Brian Shaw's training him how to get huge. Turning each other into monsters. CrossFit. Let's go. Yeah, CrossFit's beast, dude. I did that in high school. It was really hard. And then I went to the free day of a CrossFit gym in Boston, and I like almost threw up because I wanted to use too much weight. Yeah, guys, so the title of the stream, we didn't get to any news, but just don't get sucked into worldly BS, dude. There's a lot of trends happening right now. I would just not tweet about Kanye or the Shiloh Hendrix chick who called the little boy an N-word. It's okay to laugh at it. It's okay to think that, like, okay, cool, society's kind of flipping. But I wouldn't associate with it. I wouldn't associate with any of the shit happening right now. I think a lot of people are going to get caught with their pants down, dude. A lot of people are going to, like, their Twitter is going to be like, Kanye's so heckin' based, this is my favorite song. And they're going to film themselves, like, doing Sieg Heils to that song. And people are going to get, like, canceled left and right. A lot of people are going to start getting canceled for being associated with all this shit. I teach individualism, enlightenment, Gnostic Christ. Like, dude, I don't know if it's dramatic to say that this world is hell or purgatory maybe, but we're supposed to learn, dude. We're supposed to learn. And according to, like, regular church Christianity, you're not supposed to learn. You're supposed to avoid eternal hellfire. Like, yeah, maybe you're supposed to learn too, but the most important thing in church Christianity is, like, submit to God so you don't get tossed in the fucking furnace for all eternity. And I don't think that's what I believe, boys. We are here to learn. And I think we're here to learn to be like Christ, which is like, you know what, dude? I'm kind of a white nationalist, sympathizing guy. I think it's good for Western society to be 80% white, at least. But I don't support, like, calling a 5-year-old boy an N-word. I don't really embrace Kanye's song. I'm not Sieg Heiling. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. I love everybody. I want everybody to be happy. I think if we got all the illegals out of this country and then just take who we have, everybody who's a legal citizen, you know, we'll probably be like 70% white. African Americans deserve to be here. African Americans deserve to be here, dude. We fucking brought them here. Those are Americans. I really like Machine God Eats. I didn't like his video recently where he's like talking shit to guys struggling with women. He kind of sounded like a boomer. But I like Machine God Eats. You know what he said about that statue? They just made that gold statue of the fat black woman who's like, Dude, black people don't even like that shit. Most black people are embarrassed. The like woke fat black woman statue, dude, Based black people are embarrassed by that shit, dude. You guys, they're trying to make people hate each other. And when you see that shit, that's what I feel like is when you're getting close to enlightenment, dude. Literally, most of the psyops is trying to get you to hate. Once you really understand that everything is trying to make you hate, then it's like, oh, okay, some spiritual shit's going on, dude. They just want to corrupt you. They just want to corrupt who you are. And that's the real spiritual warfare. It's like, on one hand, there's what I think is good for society, and it is kind of in line with white nationalism. But then there's what's good for your soul and your growth, and it's like, I can't control the world. If I really do want to, like, get involved in politics and try to change the world, shit, I need a lot more money. I need to, like, carry myself better. I need to, like, be a higher standing citizen. So fucking me, who doesn't really have jack shit, what am I realistically gonna do to, like, change the world? And I can tell you what, spurging out, being like, Kanye's so heckin' based, like acting like Kanye's so based and acting like Shiloh Hendrix is so based, that's not gonna help anything. That's actually gonna get me discredited and make me look like an idiot, because you kind of are an idiot if you embrace that stuff, dude. Kanye's song is kind of funny, dude. Kind of cool. Kanye shit is kind of a good meme, okay? I'm not going to be a Karen and act like it's not a good meme. But just stay true, dude. It's hard for me to even talk about this shit, but bullshit's happening in society right now. All kinds of psyops are happening all over the place. Maybe some of them are good. Maybe the CIA is kind of trying to help us out. I'm not super, like, acting like I hate the CIA anymore at this point. But just don't lose yourself, man. Don't lose yourself. Individualism is the way. The collective will always be lost. Wide path to damnation versus narrow path to salvation. God bless you, my friends. It's been good to see you. Same time next week, unless something changes. But I'm thinking same time next week. Chud Boy Summer, let's go. God bless you, friends. See you next time. Peace.